so excited. This is so cool. I can't believe we made it happen. But now we have a live, we got the camera here. We got the whole setup ready to go for more Pokemon battling. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. We'll have to clean up the apartment for sure. But other than that, I cannot wait to keep on going playing Pokemon battles with y'all here on this live stream. Before we do, though, we also have an intro video, which I will actually use to give myself a little bit of breathing room to set up the Switch. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for some more online battles here on Gaming with Smiles. I tried to sound cool, I don't think it worked. That's okay. Hey everybody, what is up? We are back with more Pokemon Sword and Shield online battles this week. This weekend, actually, we have the Players' Cup qualifiers happening. I don't think I'm going to qualify or get super far there, but you know what? I thought, let's give it a shot, see how far we can go, and I'm really excited. Right now, you also are listening to some background music, courtesy of the game No Straight Roads. I actually had a pass or play on that a while back on Gaming with Smiles on my YouTube channel, and it was so much fun to play, let me tell you. Of course, this is the first time I'm kind of working with the stream setup. We got music, we got the gameplay, and we got my own audio. So any feedback that y'all have would be greatly appreciated. I got the phone pulled up, ready to go with the chat, so definitely feel free to chime in to our chat. I'd love to hear from you. Shout out to Neuron Gamer, who gave feedback earlier today, helpful in kind of managing the volume and things like that. I might bring down the music just a tad, just a hair, but definitely let me know if you guys have any feedback. And with that, let's go ahead and hop back into our Wi-Fi battles. And this is really cool because I'm looking right at the monitor and I can look at y'all at the same time, and you'll have this weird, like, me turning around deal, which is really exciting. I'm really excited for that. So right now we are connected to the internet, but why am I saying that? That's not really exciting. Come on. Oh, we're connected to the internet. Come on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and compete in the official tournament here from 9:24. Ooh, I should have... Hang on, what time? 9:27. Okay, so 16:50. Oh man, so it came up early on Friday. Anyways, so actually our standing is really great. I was ranked 1,089 when I first started. It was like 2306 or something like that. If you guys were here early, you might remember that number. But yeah, we've been having great battles. 16 battles, only 4 losses total, so 12 wins. I'll take that. Alrighty, and so we're starting off with some pretty big grass offensive here, included but not limited to Whimsicott, Rillaboom, Ninetales, Charizard, Terrakion, and Amoonguss. So 3 grass types. Amoonguss usually doesn't use grass moves, but it possibly could have Giga Drain. We also have Charizard and Ninetales to provide that drought support. And so it doesn't seem like Drought as speed control, but rather Drought as just immense power. Rillaboom also kind of proves a threat here. I do like Togekiss. I think the challenge is how do I get Togekiss in safely and let it do its thing. So I don't like Gastrodon as much in this route, so I am going to go Togekiss. I feel like I do this a lot of Togekiss Excadrill with MDD and Tyranitar, but I honestly feel like, if Excadrill, no, Terrakion would outspeed it without Tyranitar support. Corsola is nice to deal with Terrakion. I don't like its matchup against Rillaboom as much. That's probably why I'm going to lean for Tyranitar. So, I know that during our last stream, we did this moveset a lot, where I'd switch between Drakian, Whimsicott. I would use the Excadrill Togekiss lead and then kind of switch around depending on what I needed. It's really nice. I mean, it does a lot. Something also tells me that maybe Excadrill isn't the best choice here, but I feel like in this case we are going to get lucky here, because the opponent leads off with Whimsicott Charizard, which will pair off nicely. I kind of wish I did have Tyranitar already, but I can still work with this anyways. I'm going to go ahead and switch out Togekiss with Tyranitar. We're just going to go ahead and go for that Rock Slide. Excadrill should be able to outspeed Charizard here and pretty much put it in KO range. If not, Charizard has to protect. Charizard's actually going to switch out. So this proves to be beneficial-ish. So I will get the speed boost, but I don't know how... Not sure if I like this as much. So Togekiss is going to switch out, and we are going to have Tyranitar come out. The opponent still doesn't know I'm choice carding, so really smart play by the opponent here, deciding, you know what, I'm not going to immediately bring my Charizard in. Interesting delay here. We are going to get the Rock Slide off. That should be good damage on Whimsicott, okay on Rillaboom. Rillaboom being pretty defensively bulky in this case. Darn it, I would have actually loved to have had Togekiss knock out Rillaboom, but we can make this work. I don't know what I want to do now. I think I want to... Yeah, I still want to have Tyranitar here. I feel like I'm revealing all of my cards, but I think it's important here that we stop really any crazy shenanigans. And with Excadrill, he can switch out. I can preserve Excadrill for later. I got the weather in my as an advantage. Really, Rillaboom is probably going to try to hit the NDD slot or hit Tyranitar, but hopefully the Choice Scarf will be enough for me to outspeed. So, second train is up, and I will be going for that. Rillaboom actually switches out again, so really interesting here. We are going to see Ninetales come in, so we are going to... It's a revolving door of Pokemon. We all revered all of our Pokemon. This is very interesting. Whimsicott is going to go for that Moonblast on Tyranitar. That is going to do a considerable amount of damage because I do lose the boost from Sandstorm. But I do a lot of damage. I knock out Ninetales, which is great. Critical hit on Ninetales. That's Togekiss's job to get the critical hit here. But I'm really excited. That's awesome. I got that. Yeah, I honestly don't know what's going to come out. Okay, so Rillaboom, that makes sense. Rillaboom is back out and about. The opponent still doesn't know I'm posting. Whimsicott did outspeed. So I think it's going to be an interesting case here. I can knock out Whimsicott with Indeedee, I feel like. I think I got a good shot here. Switching out... Okay, so here's the thing. If I switch out... Because I feel like Togekiss is the best switch out here. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Mystical Fire on the Rillaboom. No, I'm on the Whimsicott slot. I'm sorry. Tyranitar is going to switch out. I am going to get Togekiss out. I will knock out Indeedee. Alright, okay, so I get the Fake Out. I'm not as worried about that, actually. I will take that, actually. I'm glad I took that. Because now I can get 2 KOs at once. I can get 2 KOs here. Because Indeedee can knock out Whimsicott easily, thanks to... that actually played out really well. Because Charizard can't get a free switch in. I'm going to knock out Whimsicott with this Mystical Fire. And I will knock out Rillaboom with a Max Airstream. Technically, I could have gone for Flare, but I do feel that the speed advantage will be helpful. So Whimsicott actually is going to switch out, and the opponent does go into Charizard. Because Whimsicott can reset a kill. I feel like I don't need... Yeah, I don't really need Excadrill or Tyranitar to Dynamax here. I think that Dynamax is the right move. Rillaboom really can't do much against it. it's going to use that Grassy Glide. I'll take it pretty well. Thank you for good defenses. I will get that Mystical Fire off. It's not very effective. But the fact that I lowered Charizard's special attack, and then I'm going to go with my own Max Airstream, hopefully knocking out this Rillaboom with this. Awesome, got that knockout. That's what we're talking about. Let's go. Rillaboom is knocked out, and we are looking good there. I think the music, yeah, so the sound for, okay, cool. Keeping it in the green, that's good. So Solar Power actually is great. Charizard just basically getting hit for free. Tailwind is over, so Whimsicott gets to reset it up. But really, at this point, it kind of boils down to the damage economy. And NDD doesn't really have much benefit of getting that +1. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out the Tyranitar, even if I get knocked out. The fact that I get Sandstorm back up. Oh, I was about to switch out Togekiss. That was not the move I wanted to do. I will knock out that Whimsicott, and I am going to go ahead and bring Tyranitar back into the fray, just to get that Sandstorm up. That's nice chip damage, I get my special defense boost again, and I get to limit the power that Charizard has. Now, if Charizard does go for his Gigantamax, then we are going to see that Max Wildfire. It won't be as powerful. I am at that +1, so Whimsicott has to make a decision. Do I go for the Tailwind and then hope I can knock out the Togekiss, or do I go for the Fake Tears and then go for Rock Power? Because Charizard does not outspeed, so we could see that. So we are going to see the Tailwind set up here. Tailwind does boost up Charizard's speed. We are going to see that G-Max Wildfire. Who is it going after? Togekiss, but thank you for great special defense as well as the natural bulkiness, and putting back that Sandstorm was perfect. Life Orbs is exactly what I want to see here. We are going to get that Max Airstream off, enough to knock out that Whimsicott, and this puts Charizard in a terrible spot. Charizard can only target one Pokemon at a time. Tyranitar has a free chance to get off this Rock Slide, and I get a Max Airstream potentially. The Sandstorm will rip and tear. Won't do too much here. I think as long as I survive, yep, I survived one. That's all I needed. And I get a little bit of extra healing, which is nice. Togekiss will be taking some damage thanks to the G-Max Wildfire, but at this point, this is 4-0. This is literally a 4-0. Wow. That's impressive. This is great. I am feeling it. It's the new stream setup, let me tell you guys. The new stream setup has been instrumental in getting us rocking and rolling here. Charizard really doesn't have a chance. So we are going to see the Max Guard, which is an interesting idea. I think that he is right. This is his best way to survive. Because the problem here is I get all this Max Airstream, and he probably doesn't. He wants to guarantee that I can't outspeed him. So I agree. I think that was his best move there. Tyranitar survives with this 3 HP, which is awesome. But really, it's pretty much end game here. It's going to be really hard for Charizard to come back from this. How many more turns of Sandstorm do I have? I got 3 turns. And they only got 2 turns. And Tailwind goes for 2 more times. So, as long as I survive, I should be good. So I'm going to go with Air Slash, and I'm just going to go for Rock Slide again. So let's see what happens. Charizard is going to fire off his own Max Airstream into the Togekiss slot. I like this idea of trying to outspeed me in the long run, but I don't think it's going to help him out, because as long as I hit one Rock Slide, which will happen. I mean, he's playing his win con, which is I missed his Rock Slide, but I didn't. So, great play to the bitter end. I appreciate that, and tried to play his best win con, which was Max Guard, knocking out Togekiss, get a Rock Slide miss. I honestly think that because he outsped me, getting the Max Airstream on the Tyranitar slot would have been better. Because then it would be he would outspeed the Excadrill, then knock out Excadrill the next turn, and work from there. So, awesome first win on the new stream. But it is up! Apollo, how's it going? Thank you so much for checking out the new setup, and I'm thrilled that you enjoy it. Yeah, no, I'm really excited about this, and it feels more natural getting to talk to you guys by looking at the camera and also at the thing. I think the next setup will be to have the chat a little bit closer, but we got on the cell phone, we can make it work. So this is an interesting team. We have Palossand, Snorlax, Cofagrigus, Excelgor, Rillaboom, and Cinderace. So a lot of very interesting tech that can happen here. I can imagine a big Trick Room mode, as well as kind of the Excelgor being the fast Pokemon to kind of mess things around. I do like Corsola in these types of modes. It's easy to kind of deal with some of these slower attackers with Corsola. So I think in this case I definitely want to lead with have Corsola. I don't want to lead with Corsola. You know, honestly, I feel like Tyranitar Excadrill. It's like, whatever. I mean, besides Rillaboom's Fake Out, you really don't have a way to stop anything, really. And then, yeah, Gastrodon in the back. I feel like this is going to be great. I think the only thing is the Rillaboom. And if Togekiss is enough to scare it away, then I'm in a great spot. But we will see what our friend Blimpus has in store for us in this battle. I honestly don't know. So, Blimpus here is going to go ahead and send out Cofagrigus and Snorlax, which is actually great for me. Both these Pokemon are super slow, and most likely they're going to either protect or get ready for setting up Trick Room. And so in this case, probably I know what's going to happen here. Snorlax is going to use Belly Drum, and Cofagrigus is going to set up Trick Room. So a double Rock Slide will be enough to kind of flinch the two, and that might be enough to flinch, and as I can kind of pile on those flinches, we can kind of use that to our advantage. So hopeful here that we're going to do something. So Excadrill is going to go for that Rock Slide. Not too much damage. And then Tyranitar goes for that Rock Slide. The opponent still doesn't know I'm Choice Words. We get a little bit more damage. Snorlax uses Belly Drum. Okay. We are going to get the Berry eaten, which is fine. But are we going to get the immediate Trick Room? We unfortunately get the Trick Room. Dang. Okay. So with that, we might need to go a little bit slower. Luckily, though, Snorlax is... Snorlax could Dynamax now. I don't feel really confident with Tyranitar, but Corsola would be a great switch in here. And I think I can get one more... I can probably do... Okay, here's the thing. I want to hit... I mean, Rock Slide flinches don't matter. I do want to hit Snorlax, but if it Dynamaxes, then I'm wasting a turn. I could hit Cofagrigus. I feel like I could try to hit... I'll hit Snorlax. Let's see what happens here. I think that if we knock out Snorlax early on, we can kind of make... Okay, so... We can knock out Snorlax early on, that would be great. So, we do get the switch in. Expected the Dynamax. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's the Gigantamax one to find its berry again. I guess the question here is just like, what's going to happen after, right? So, Corsola, I'm hopeful. If he goes for a fighting move, okay, so we do see the Max Steel Spike. I don't think so. Oh, she does! Oh, that's my girl! That was great. I get to relax after that, and I survive. Snorlax is buffered by the Sandstorm, but the problem here is I think Corsola is slower in Trick Room than Snorlax. So Snorlax only has to do one more Max Steel Spike against Corsola, or potentially you go for the normal attack. So I'm going to go ahead and use Strength Staff in case I can get the knockout here, and I am going to try one more time with, I'll try a High Horsepower again. Hopeful I can try to get close to this knockout here. We are going to see that Max Steel Spike probably in the Corsola slot. Yep. The opponent is not going to waste any time trying to knock out Corsola. I don't blame them whatsoever. Cofagrigus gets that +1 in defense, and so does Snorlax. The defensive boosts are going to be astronomical here. And we are going to get the Body Press? Okay. I'm not too worried about Body Press here from Cofagrigus. Whoa! Okay, actually, no, I take that back. I was stronger than I thought I was. And that's thanks to the +1. Body Press is such a great move, able to do physical damage. Dang, okay. Okay. If Snorlax does not find its berry, then we might be in a good spot here. But because I can knock it out with the Sandstorm damage, but I will be losing a lot of Pokemon from this. This is gonna be tough. This is a tough call for sure. I think what I want to do though is I do want to start getting damage on this Cofagrigus. I think I can protect here with Excadrill. But honestly, I don't see a downside for Snorlax just going for his max attack on the Excadrill. Hopefully I do. Oh man, this the G-Max replenish. Please don't find the berry. Please don't find the berry. It hits Gastrodon, so that's probably a knockout. Find the berry. You did not find the berry. Please don't find the berry. Awesome, you did not find the berry. This is great. This is exactly what I want. And the Sandstorm is enough to knock you out. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Snorlax is knocked out. This is a dream come true. I don't know what we're gonna do though. This is gonna be tough because Rillaboom's out. There you go. That's game set next. Rillaboom already has my Excadrill unlocked. I can Dynamax with Tyranitar, but really, what the main thing here is I gotta. Trick ends next turn. Okay, so I do agree with Dynamaxing. Is this low special attack? Max Rock Falls, 130. I'll probably max Dark. I'll max Dark. You know what? Fortune favors the bold. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get a protect out here. For effect, Tyranitar cannot protect itself, so kind of unfortunate there. But we're gonna try to win this. We're gonna try to get this win con, and the win con here is get the protect out. So Rillaboom, Grassy Life is not work. If we can knock out Rillaboom in one hit, then the threat of priority is gone. I get the protect off. Yes. Oh, this is great. Oh no, he went for Tyranitar instead. Smart play there. Will-O-Wisp, that's not good. And that's enough to, that might be enough. That probably spells game over. I won't do anything to Rillaboom after that Will-O-Wisp. Smart play by the opponent looking, finding my win con, saying, look, I'm going to put you on that checkmate. That was brilliant. Smart deduction there. Getting up in third protect is very risky, but honestly, I can't think of anything else I can do. Rillaboom already is going to be fast enough to take on Tyranitar, and you saw how much damage it did, so I'm pretty sure I'm knocked out here. So, really, I think the main thing here would be, okay, Trick Room's over. I can guy Max Darkness on the Cofagrigus, and I probably want to knock out the Rillaboom. I'll use Iron Head. But pretty much it's game, set, match. I don't think I can do much here. Rillaboom uses Aggressive Glade on the Excadrill slot. Really smart calling me out last turn. That protect could have been advantageous. And of course, exactly what berry you needed. You have the proper berry to deal with this. Oh my goodness, this opponent thought of everything. Really smart. I think the main problem was that I didn't gain up on Snorlax. And I think the main thing here was, let's say I did Tyranitar Togekiss, and I said Togekiss would max, would do max Starfall, Tyranitar would go for max, or just like superpower. That might have been enough to have overwhelmed Snorlax, and might have gotten a knockout there, but unfortunately, we didn't have a, besides the fake out, besides the flinches of the rock slides, there wasn't anything else, and the opponent, I mean, you know, it's rolling the dice, and hey, you know, you can't always roll a nat 20, so. Alright, one win, one loss, but let's see what we can get in our next match. We've been doing pretty well. This has been really fun. Okay, so we got another opponent here. Ultima Cloud. Man, that's the most anime name you could think of. Okay, so I see this. We have Rillaboom, Incineroar, Dragapult, Togekiss, Urshifu, and Colossal. Definitely having the Colossal Dragapult combo here. with the Surf and immediately going into the attack with the max attacks with the Dynamax. I'm trying to remember what I planned for this last time, and I think the main thing I did here was Discourage, or yeah, it was Excadrill Tyranitar. Incineroar could come in there, and I think it would change up how because you would want to knock out Excadrill. Okay, so here's what I think: Excadrill Togekiss, elect Tyranitar to turn on the speed if I need it. But then, what do I pick next? Do I go with Gastrodon? Or do I go with Corsola? Or do I go with Indeedee? I don't think Corsola is going to be great against the Urshifu. I do like Indeedee against a lot of these Pokemon. And it also will help with Rillaboom. So I feel like Indeedee is going to be our best bet. The Surf, unfortunately, doesn't take away from boosting up Colossal anyway. So the benefit I'm going to get from it is but the main thing here is that we want to outspeed the Dragapult and knock it out. Okay, so I've seen this lead before. I'm not too worried here. So it's Dragapult, Colossal versus Excadrill and Togekiss. So two ways we could play this. I could keep them both in, but I feel like I want to just knock out this Excadrill, Dragapult now. So I'm going to go ahead and use Max Quake on the Dragapult, and then I'm going to go ahead and win into Tyranitar. Basically, the idea behind this is to buff up my speed to astronomical levels, and even if I have to deal with a Colossal being super speedy, we'll probably be trading 1-for-1. As long as Colossal, if Colossal does like Max Vocalift, I can figure something out. Like, we can make this work, because what's going to happen here is that Colossal is going to outspeed one of them. Colossal's probably going to go back Vocalist on, or if he stays Vocalist, it's going to go on. If I do that, then Excadrill can get just a free Max Guard. We are definitely going to see that here, but the thing is, if I knock out the Dragapult early enough, I might be able to stop this from happening. Dragapult most likely will be holding its quick stats. I wouldn't be surprised about this, but we'll see. I think I'm trying to plan this Dragapult. But if I knock out Dragapult, that's fine. So, Dragapult uses Ally Switch, which is actually the best thing that could have happened, because I get the Max Quake off of Colossal, and that's a one-hit KO. Yes! The best move I could have asked for happened! This is great! Oh my goodness! Oh man! Yes! Oh my gosh, the new stream! Oh man, well that's the thing though, if you went for the Surf, right? I probably would have knocked out your Dragapult. If you had a Focus Sash, I would have knocked it out that turn anyway, so that would have been done. And then it would have been 1v1, and it would have been a weird dance, but man, that's you for over-predicting. I figured as much, so this is great. This is great. I love the fact that I got this Rage Quit. Thank you. Thank you for this Rage Quit. This is awesome. Oh my goodness, this is great. This is... Alrighty. Yeah, let's keep on going. Hey, 2 wins. I'll take the Rage Quit. Why not? It's the dumb thing to do that too, because you lose anyway. It's like, why would you... just run away. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But, now I'm... Man, I got you on the stream. Alright, so... Cool. This is an interesting one. We have Talonflame, Dusclops, Tyranitar, Rillaboom, Togekiss, and Duraludon. We have 2 modes of speed here, both with Trick Room and Tailwind. The Trick Room one is interesting, especially because it's a partner with Tyranitar. Dusclops uses Bulldoze, activate Tyranitar's weakness policy, and then just all heck breaks loose, and we gotta deal with something crazy. But I like Gastrodon. I usually like Gastrodon in these slower matchups, especially against Duraludon with Earth Power. I think what I'm worried about, though, is that if I don't play around Rillaboom properly, that can cause a problem. So I feel like what I want to do is bring in Togekiss early on, and then bring in Tyranitar. So the idea behind this is I got a couple things I can kind of maneuver and kind of play around with, and then at the end bring in Gastrodon. And I don't think I need Excadrill. I don't think that the opponent will... Yeah, because Excadrill's main thing is to hit Togekiss, but I got other ways to do that. So I'm going to bring in Indeedee, and we'll go from there. Cool. I don't think I need I don't need full speed control. I might just need the buff of power. And hopefully that will be enough to knock this opponent out. Oh man, the Colossal. I mean, come on. Like, I know the Colossal Dragapult move. Like, that was a day one thing. Please, do not act like you're such a sly person with that switch. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, so we got a very interesting lead here with Duraludon and Togekiss versus my own Togekiss and Tyranitar. So, I kind of don't like this that much. Mainly because Duraludon can go after my own Togekiss, and I'm not a fan of that. I kind of like switching into Gastrodon now, and then I kind of like to hit Duraludon super hard. If I do Super Power, this does kind of lead into like, hey, you're probably switching up next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna do Rock Slide and just hit Togekiss, honestly. And then just have Gastrodon as a speed threat. Because I definitely recognize that Duraludon is probably gonna target my own Togekiss. I just feel that's gonna be he doesn't know I'm Sword Strike yet, so hopefully I can use that to my advantage. If he Dynamaxes, so we are going to see the Dynamax, and most likely it is going to be the Duraludon that is going to be Dynamaxing here. Alright, so Duraludon is Dynamaxing. And we're going to see the Max Steel Spike on the Gastrodon side. So Togekiss does Ally Switch, which I'm thrilled that I decided not to target anyone. I'm glad I decided not to go for the route of targeting the Togekiss fly. So we do take a decent amount from that Max Steel Spike here. The up in defense isn't going to be nice for dealing with Togekiss in the long run. Duraludon does lose HP with his Life Orb, which is super helpful here. I feel like in this case, Tyranitar has done its job. I'm going to try to hit one more time with that Rock Slide. But yeah, if I went for Super Power, we would ram into Togekiss, so that was a good call out there. So we are going to get that helping hand here. Probably trying to knock out that Gastrodon. I am going to get this Rock Slide off. Okay. And we are going to get that Max Steel Spike in the Tyranitar. No, in the Gastrodon. That was a smart call there. I like that helping hand because what it's trying to do is buff Duraludon's defenses astronomical. And I think that's what it's trying to do in this So, now that we have Duraludon kind of do some damage, I feel more confident bringing in Togekiss. The opponent isn't going to go for speed control, so I can use this to my advantage and try to, let's see. I definitely like the idea of Max Starfall on the back. I kind of like the idea of Max. Yeah, I like the idea of Max. And then I like to get this knocked out. I know this seems weird to use up a turn, but I think that I'm not going to do much damage on Duraludon in its Dynamax form. I need it to lose a lot of that HP back. So I am going to respond with a Dynamax, but I'm not going to attack just wait for the opportunity. If Togekiss does something like follow me, I don't want Duraludon to get a boost. So I'm going to try to cut it short. So we are going to see that helping hand again. I do the Max Guard. I'm hopeful that this is going to be... I am able to knock out the Togekiss. Losing Gastrodon isn't as great as I planned. Appreciate it. We ram into the max guard. That was a great call here. Glad I went that route. Not having to deal with Duraludon in Dynamax. Duraludon has that +2 in defense, but I think overall, I'll take that. So Tyranitar is sent out here. This is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna Max Starfall this Duraludon to get it out of here, and then I'm gonna Rock Slide. The thing here is I can get a flinch on Tyranitar, so that'll be great. Tyranitar has to hit Togekiss to do something substantial, but the flinch might be enough for me to put my opponent in a tough spot. So we are gonna see a Steel Beam. Jeez Louise! That was a lot. Oh man, I wish I actually, oh jeez. That's not good because I'm probably gonna lose Togekiss here. Dang. Okay. That's not good. The Tyranitar can only, I got the crit. Oh, man. Oh yeah, here I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be Flash Cannon. Yo, Steel Beam. That was impressive. Awesome. I will take that. I will take that. I will happily take that, and I will not complain. Perfect. Okay. So, Rillaboom is probably thinking, look, I'm going to use my Grassy Surge, and I'm going to go ahead and try to hit up Togekiss with that Grassy Glide, or something along those manners. So instead, I am going to go ahead and try to knock out this Tyranitar with a Max Starfall, and hopefully I can, oh wait, I don't actually need to knock out Tyranitar. I just need to knock out Rillaboom. And then here I'm going to bring in Indeedee. Yeah, because my own Tyranitar can outspeed and use Superpower. Of course, duh. But knocking out Rillaboom will be very helpful here. So we'll have to see what the opponent decides to do. I do get the boost back up from Psychic Seed. The Grassy Glide does come on Togekiss, and it is enough to knock out, unfortunately, there. That is a good amount of damage. But I guess the only thing I could have done was Max Guard to give me a Surf Return. Oh, thank goodness! Yes! Superpower here is going to be great. Because that means that, okay, so Sandstorm's over. It doesn't matter at this point, because you don't really get much of a... You don't get much of a boost here. Okay. So, here's the thing. I should use Iron Head. I should use Iron Head, or should I use Superpower to guarantee the knockout? Well, Iron Head gets close, but Superpower, yeah, that makes Tyranitar sit and duck in the long run. I'm gonna go with Iron Head, and then I'm gonna go with Expanding Force to try to hit both of these guys. Rillaboom will outspeed. Okay, I'll take that. Is it because it's gonna try Wood Hammer? Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Unfortunate there. Ooh, that is not pretty. And Tyranitar is knocked out. I think that's enough for my opponent to win. Dang it! I should have thought about that. Because we did know for a fact Tyranitar wasn't Choice Scarf. Like a Duck-Well target into the Rillaboom slot would have been enough to have knocked it out. Well, it would have knocked out Rillaboom, but then you would be Indeedee versus Tyranitar. And Tyranitar, even with, yeah, I've taken too much damage anyway, so I don't think it was winnable. I think the problem was that I was such a low HP, even the Grassy Glide without priority would have been enough to knock out. That Wood Hammer is way too strong. I get knocked out, that's it. So, great game. Unfortunate there, we got a loss. 2 wins, 2 losses, but good match overall. Trying to replay that. What would I have done? Yeah, Duraludon was harder to deal with than I thought it would be. And the Steel Beam tech was really interesting to see. I liked that idea. But it was just, I didn't capitalize on it enough. If I had all my special attackers right there at the forefront, that might have been a different story. But it didn't work. I am glad I was able to deal with the ally switch well, but again, my special attackers besides Gastrodon, he had a number on. Alright, so we've seen variations of this team before. We have Dragapult, Coalossal, Togekiss, Rillaboom, Urshifu, and Incineroar. Definitely, again, recognizing the Dragapult Coalossal lead combo here. Honestly, I feel like we could probably do the whole Excadrill Togekiss again, because if Rillaboom comes out, then Togekiss can try to knock it out. If it's Coalossal, I can try to outspeed the Dragapult with Max Quake and kind of play that game. I think that Tyranitar adds value here, and so does Indeedee. This game has gotten, the meta game has gotten faster, making it harder for Corsola to really make its mark as much as I used to enjoy using Corsola in the past. Not a bad thing. Corsola will always be one of my favorite Pokemon now, but I think I might need to change up Corsola on the team. I think the game has become less physical. That's the thing. And Corsola does a really great job of dealing with physical Pokemon, being immune to normal and fighting type moves, having Will-O-Wisp and Strength Sap. But unfortunately, because the game has become more special, it is harder to use Corsola in that regard. So maybe an Assault Vest user like Goodra would be a better choice in this map. That also gives a little bit more breathing room for Gastrodon, and as far as like the Sap Sipper, and also a great partner for Dynamax if it comes to that. So I'll have more options there. So kind of revisiting this team and thinking about it, probably use Goodra. I think Goodra would be a great choice. But anyways, we are in the battle. Hey, what is up, Coupe de Grace? Nice to see ya. Thank you so much on the rating. I'm really excited to get this far for sure. And so definitely appreciate the shout out there. It's been awesome. I think we've lost a total of 6 battles, which isn't that bad. Out of the 18 that we've played so far. But yeah, well, first off, welcome to Gaming with Smiles. Trying out a new stream layout, so let me know what you think. But also, if you let me ask you, if you've been playing competitive Pokemon and going online, what's been a Pokemon that you've been really excited to use? Personally, I'm a huge fan. I want to make Galarian Corsola work more. I think it's just the game has become more specially based, so I might bring a more specially inclined Pokemon. I don't want to use Porygon 2 again. Maybe Dusclops? I guess. Dusclops is used a lot. I want a different like Pokemon. I don't want Clefairy. I've used Clefairy back in the day with Mega Kangaskhan. But I don't think now I want to. Alright, so, anyways, back into the battle. Indeedee is going to be switching out for Excadrill. I don't want to deal with Incineroar coming in with some, like, Flare Blitz shenanigans. I don't want to deal with Grassy Glide. Indeedee can take these hits. So we're going to do that, get that Psychic Surge up. And Rillaboom actually switches out an interesting switch here, and we're going to have Urshifu switch in. This actually is not great for my opponent. And I am actually glad I did not take... I'm glad that I didn't bring in Gastrodon, because Urshifu would have been a great reason why I would have wanted to. It's harder to tell with form, unfortunately, but I get the knockdown. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the knockdown from Urshifu, if anything, but unless if it's focused out. So we do get the max airstream off. It is focused out, so it does survive one turn. Crit with that too. Urshifu does have that focus dash to let it live that attack, but I wouldn't be surprised if we have Incineroar using Party. Nope, Incineroar is just going to go with Flare Blitz. So I am glad that I switched out. Indeedee takes that relatively well. I think if I redid Indeedee, I'd probably invest more in defense for sure. But now that I am able to kind of put some hurt on Incineroar, I think what I want to do is max airstream the Incineroar slot and then go with an expanding force on Urshifu. Urshifu would have to protect this turn to try to last an extra turn, but Urshifu actually switches out into Coalossal. So this is interesting, and I get the expanding force off in Coalossal, but because I targeted the because I knew that I could use expanding force here to get that last knockout on Incineroar. So, okay, so we get the critical hit on Incineroar. Unfortunately, not able to knock it out, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see the Flare Blitz on a Lash Out. Okay, so that does knock out Indeedee for sure, but I don't know what this helps the opponent with, because I'm going to bring in Tyranitar.
Drop your mic again and see. Oh wait, you never wanted it. There was no drop. It left you.
Yeah, because now I just click, I mean, again, I'm just clicking Max Airstream on the Incineroar slot, and I'm probably going to just click Rock Slide, just to target both of them. I mean, whatchamacallit, Urshifu has to get knocked out by the Sandstorm, right? You gotta come in 5 turns or less. I'm gonna knock you out that way. I'm gonna do a decent amount of damage to this Colossal. The only way that Incineroar can make something happen is if it hits its own Colossal friend with a fire attack. So Colossal is actually gonna protect here, which works really well in my favor, because I'm gonna max Airstream the Incineroar slot. It's funny, you guys probably hear some roaring, and so that's my controller rumbling every time I hit the max Airstream. It actually does sound like an Airstream coming out. So Incineroar's knocked out, I get a few Rock Slide, nothing happens to Colossal, but yeah, this is, it really hurts the opponent in a weird, awkward bind here. Because I'm outspeeding Greg Crazy, you're going to send out Rillaboom, but really at this point, what cost? Okay, so Urshifu comes out. So that's fine. I guess I think here's the thing. Am I going to do it? Yeah, I'm probably just going to click Dazzling Gleam to hit both. And then for a Tyranitar, just Rock Slide. The only way that Urshifu can survive this is if it is a Hyper Jet. And I'm not going to give it the chance. For sure not. Urshifu switches out. You get the Grassy Terrain, sure, but what benefit are you getting from this? I really just don't know what the opponent is trying to get here. Because I'm going to hit you with a Dazzling Gleam, which is fine. You're going to Dynamax your Colossal. Okay. So I think the idea behind this is that I guess he was looking for a single targeting, but so this will allow Colossal to survive but because I have Sunstorm up, if one of my Pokemon get knocked out, then I will outspread Health Beam. We get the Weakness policy activated, sure, but at what cost?
No one had to force me. I gave Tatiana the Horn of Mending for if she ever wanted.
Okay, so we are going to see the Volcalith, and it probably is going to go against the Togepi slot, which is fine in this case. That just means that we switch into my extra throw. The one thing that will be problematic is that Rillaboom is going to try to target down Tyranitar. But I guess, again, I'll probably just keep on clicking Rock Slide anyway, so Tyranitar. I think the one thing I might think about is what if Colossal decides to attack and then Tyranitar can't survive the Grassy Glide? I think that might be the problem, is if I can't survive the Grassy Glide with Tyranitar, but no, I don't want that. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Okay.
Stop blaming me all the
Figured
time.
as much.
If you weren't so jealous, we wouldn't be
Okay,
so mad.
that's fine.
It's your fault our relationship is ruined. Zook's fault. Take
So I
responsibility.
should have double targeted in the Rillaboom.
Responsibility.
Perfect, then Sandstorm should be enough to knock it out. Perfect, exactly what I was looking for. Vocalith will be enough to knock it out. Gotcha. Okay. And then it actually does probe. But that wouldn't, I guess the only thing that changes is that it's Colossal itself, right? So, wow, props to the opponent for figuring that out. Jeez, that took a lot of guesswork from them. I think the main thing here is that you have to use Aqua Jet. Because I knock out Urshifu naturally. Okay. You'd have to use max. You have to use overgrowth. And this is, I don't think it's gonna be enough. Go, game, set, and match. I got this. Only thing that could happen is if Colossal, for some reason, avoids a rock slide, which it can happen. Yeah, the two just felt like dead weight, and I don't think the opponent realized how his choice started, and that was a problem. Aquajet and Max Quake would have been enough, and I think if he played it that way, he would have won. All right, and we get the rock slide, and that's game. Woo! Great battle there. That was awesome. I'm thrilled about it. That was a great match there. I think that really worked out well. I mean, I got lucky with the Rillaboom for sure, with the Urshifu for sure, but Inosuke just had so many switches that just didn't have any momentum, and that was kind of the trouble there. That didn't really help out, so we're gonna go ahead and continue battling. Man, but yeah, that was an awesome win. There you go, got another win, charting up another win there. I think after this, I might take a short break, maybe just like a 2-minute break or something. 0x and Swiss, what kind of name is that? Alrighty, so, this is an interesting team. We had a couple of weather control aspects here. Venusaur and Torkoal, Dusclops, Tyranitar, Incineroar, and Gyarados. So a couple different maneuvering, so to speak. I usually don't like Gastrodon in matches like this, especially with Sun. But I don't like Excadrill either. I like the idea of turning off Venusaur's speed though. I did last time use Excadrill in a match like this. I used Excadrill Togekiss. And once I could figure out that it didn't, when it Dynamaxed, it was easy to deal with. I could use Togekiss Indeedee. I feel like Togekiss Indeedee automatically puts pressure on that lead, and puts pressure on different leads as well. I like Tyranitar-ish, and now it's Excadrill. I feel like Excadrill does more than Corsola in this matchup. Again, the game has become more specially based. I can't burn Incineroar, and the physical Pokemon are fire types, right? So I can't even burn Incineroar. It's ridiculous. The days of Rhyperior are long gone. No one is using Rhyperior anymore, so I think that's part of it. Corsola's really great against the Rhyperior matchup. Alright, so we actually are going to have Dusclops and Incineroar start the game here. Incineroar would naturally get something off like Fake Out, but it won't be able to do that this time around. Problem here is that I probably am going to have to deal with Trick Room. So the way to kind of mitigate that, though, is doing damage on Dusclops and maybe getting the Search here. And I think that might be helpful here. Incineroar's Intimidate doesn't do anything, which I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. And Dusclops does reveal the items, which is not fun. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and use Expanding Force, and then I will go ahead and use Air Slash on the Dusclops side. I feel like in this case, oh, no one switches. That's totally fine. I'm just trying to do as much damage as possible here. I don't do any damage. I get the Air Slash off. I get to half, I get a crit. That's nice. Incineroar goes with U-turn. Ooh, that's actually a nice, I like that instead of Parting Shot. I think the damage is nice too. So Incineroar is going to be switching out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Pokemon that can benefit well in Trick Room. But I don't know, Torkoal. That makes sense. Okay. Gonna use your own Bulldoze. And Dusclops does get the Trick Room up. Okay, so this is gonna be a little tricky. Tyranitar most likely is gonna be the Pokemon that Dynamaxes. Question is, does Tyranitar go after Indeedee, or does Tyranitar go after Togekiss? If Tyranitar goes after Togekiss, or Indeedee, I can use that to my advantage, and try to knock out Tyranitar or Togekiss. If Tyranitar goes after Togekiss, I really don't have a shot against Indeedee, so that's probably why he's going to go after with Togekiss. Therefore, I'm going to use Follow Me, and therefore I'm going to go ahead and respond with my own Dynamax, hitting with that Max Starfall. Tyrannosaurus decides not to Dynamax, which can be Masomenos. I think it now. Yeah, I don't think it's good. The problem here is that if he protects, then he gets a free weakness policy without me activating it. But anyways, we actually are going to see the follow me happen here. Okay, so he decides to not protect. This is actually going to be helpful here. But Tyrannosaurus could also do something like Rock Slide. So we'll see what happens here. Weakness policy activate. We are going to get the attack and special attack boost. And speed drop is negligible. We are going to get Rock Slide. Rock Slide does hit hard. NDD is knocked out. I'm going to go with his Max Starfall. I'm hopeful I can knock it out. No! Ah, man. That would have been amazing if I got that knockout. But not getting that knockout hurt. So Dusclops is going to be buffeted by the Storm. And so is Togekiss. Ah, damn it. That would have been amazing. But, alas, not do that. Okay. It's going to be a weird thing we're going to try to do here. I'm going to go ahead and Rock Slide for sure. And then I'm going to Max Guard here. I don't want to lose Togekiss this early. And I feel like if I can at least hit Tyranitar, then at the end game I can knock out Dusclops. I can deal with Incineroar one way or another. I'll figure it out. I'll make it happen. Get the Max Guard off. Awesome. I'm glad I decided to do that. Oh, that was... Of course you would have that tech. I don't blame you. That's your attack and your defense up. And my own Tyranitar is mine. So, because Extra Joe actually would have been a good choice. I would have been able to survive with the Focus Sash and then knock it out. That would have been enough. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. I should have thought of that. Well, I will do that, and then I will max Starfall the Dusclops, and hopeful that by these two attacks, that'll be enough. Most likely, though, the opponent could see this and decide, hey, you know what? I'm just going to double up in the Ice Control slot, which is totally valid, but we'll see. So, Dusclops go for the Nightshade. We're going to see Rock Slide? Yeah, we see Rock Slide. That would have been the turn, yeah. Did I go for an Iron Head in the... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I got the flinch on there too? Dang, that hurts. That hurts. Alrighty, well, okay. I guess we'll just let this happen. Whatever. But dang, that's kind of a kick in the pants, and oi, that's a clean 4-0, man. Clean 4-0. I think that not really being able to deal with Dusclops has been incredibly tough in some of these matches for sure. And I think it's just more of like, it's hard to knock out Dusclops in one attack. Dusclops gets off that Nightshade, as no worries, that's a good move. And we're going to get that Super Power, yes we are. Going to go Gozen with that Super Power in that Trick Room. Very powerful, super effective, and that's all this. And that's all she wrote. Dang, dang, dang. Okay, that was a tough one for sure. But good match overall. That was fun. Alrighty. We gotta think. We got 7, 8 losses? Something like that? Alright. Yes, I'll continue battling freaking Incineroar. Yeah, but even leading with Tyranitar, I wouldn't have been able to do anything because the Intimidate should have been harder to deal with. Could have tried to go on for double Rock Slide flinches, but yeah, I mean, how long would that hold you off for, you know? Alright, so we get an opponent. Buxton is ready to go. Fake out could have happened. So, alrighty, so here we see Dragapult, Togekiss, Tyranitar, Incineroar, Cinderace, and Amoonguss. Interesting team here. A lot of good stuff. I feel like Tyranitar Excadrill has some benefit to it. But if Incineroar comes out, then I can use Indeedee, and that can help kind of mitigate some damage. So, I might do that. I think that's my move. I'm gonna go with Excadrill, Tyranitar, with Indeedee and Togekiss in the back. Basically, to soften things up and have Togekiss clean up at the end. This also helps accommodate for Dragapult, in case Dragapult is in here, and Dragapult's gonna go super fast. It might try to do things like Ally Switch, or shenanigans like that, and I really don't need that. So hopefully I can use something like Rock Slide, to really just... Excuse me. I think the one thing I do need to be mindful of is, Tyranitar, if it does that, I don't want to ram into Tyranitar's superpower. Probably their Tyranitar run into mine with superpower, so we just gotta figure that out. But yeah, this is a tough one. This is gonna be an interesting one, and makes sense. I mean, we're climbing up the rankings, so we're gonna see some things change. Also, Cinderace is another example of a physical attacker that Corsola has trouble with. The Cinderace, usually you'll use the Pyro Ball, so it's gonna be in fire type, so you can't burn it. I mean, Strength Sap is great, but yeah. We do have to be mindful of the max air streams that can come out from Cinderace though, so we'll play around it, we'll figure it out. But I think the immediate pressure of Tyranitar Excadrill might be enough to help us out here. So we are gonna get Cinderace and Incineroar versus Excadrill and Tyranitar. So, I feel like it's predictable that Excadrill will have the Focus Sash, but Tyranitar won't. And so in that case, I am going to actually leave Excadrill in, because I do want to save that trick for later in the game. Indeedee will allow me to get some second terrain off, preventing any fake outs, and I can start kind of slowly but surely making things happen. I don't think that Cinderace would want to stay. Well, what would Cinderace do? It probably could do Max Knuckle. Probably going to think about that Pyro Ball attack. And I think that's what Incineroar is probably thinking too. Of like, hey, I can use Fake Out and then the Pyro Ball to knock out Excadrill, and I lose a huge momentum here. But I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to go ahead and switch into Indeedee here. Hopeful that this is going to be helpful in the long run. And Battlefield gets weird. I get my Psychic Seed up. And we are going to see the Dynamax already. Most likely that Cinderace slot. What are we going to have to eat up? What I would probably expect Cinderace to use Pyro Ball. But luckily if I can use my defensive Fake Out, then I can at least hit Cinderace before I get blocked down to my focus side. So actually, Incineroar does not do anything like that. Cinderace does Max Knuckle, which is helpful, kind of. Against the Indeedee, okay, that makes sense. Glad it switched out. Incineroar is probably going to target the Excadrill slot then. Life Orb makes sense. And it actually does Party Shot. So that makes sense as far as lowering Excadrill's attack. Pretty low out there. And we're going to go retreat back into our trainer. So, Excadrill... so I don't think that's the trainer I sent out. Cinderace does take damage from the Sandstorm. I do as well. That's another thing that would be helpful with safety goggles. I like switching into Tyranitar, but I don't know. I don't think Cinderace is going to be doing too much. So I feel like our Indeedee is going to be doing too much. So I can either A, protect, or B, expanding force. Yeah, I'll get some damage. Let's see what's up. Okay, I'll take that. It's a revolving door of Pokemon. I'm okay with this, actually. I'm glad that I decided not to keep Excadrill in. I'll take this, for sure. So we are going to see the max Airstream. Are you going after Indeedee? Yeah, I don't blame you. I think that was a great call. Okay, I think I can make this work. It's gonna be a weird play. But I think Excadrill is gonna be the name of the game here. And I think if Tyranitar can back up Excadrill, and I can get this max Quake off. Oh, wait, you're flying. I need a max Rockfall. That might be enough to knock these guys both out. Okay. And this is a little bit risky because I don't know. I can't think of anything else. I mean, I can see the max cycle coming out into the Tyranitar slot. He still doesn't know I'm supposed to the choice card. So that can hope, but I really don't know. Okay. Cool. I will take this. Because what this does is it basically it's just going to hit the Excadrill slot, but Excadrill will be down to its focus stat, and I will be okay with that. With the critical hit, just like making sure very clearly that you barely survived that. Excadrill does go for that max Rockfall. I think that was a great call, just in case. You have no idea. We are able to get the knockout on Incinerate, which is nice. But what does Incineroar do? Here he comes the Rock Slide. Can I get a flinch? A berry's popped. Of course a berry's popped because I'm Incineroar and I'm a jerk like that. Okay, that's great. I will actually take that happily. So Tyranitar's attack and special attack is down. Incineroar goes, trades out. I don't know who's going to send in next, but I'm trying to remember his team. Knocking out Cinderace was nice, but I also... Oh, yeah, Tyranitar. Yes, Tyranitar is out. Do I feel confident that I can beat Incineroar? Okay, so Tyranitar is at -3, which is problematic here. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's the problem, is that Tyranitar gets free, because of I'm forced to switch out, Tyranitar gets free range, so I do want to actually punish Tyranitar for that. I think I'm gonna go, but if I punish Tyranitar, then they're gonna pop me open for a weakness policy, which could be detrimental. I could try to knock out Incineroar now, but Incineroar might switch out, so I think I'm just gonna go for a max Steel Spike and see what happens here. And I could probably punish Incineroar later down the line with it. Oh yeah, dude, I have Psychic Terrain. How'd you forget that? That might actually cost you the game. So we do get the weakness policy activated. Unfortunate here, but we can still make this work in our favor. We're gonna see a Thunder Punch, which is an interesting tech. Probably just expected as much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Dazzling Gleam here, and I'm definitely going to knock out that Incineroar now. Yeah, that might have cost him the game because, that just wasted a turn for Incineroar to do anything. So I get the Max Quake off. Hopefully this will be enough to knock out that Incineroar. Perfect. Nice little special defensive boost too, in case of whatever my opponent throws at me. Incineroar's out. And Rock Slide actually comes out from Tyranitar. That's not good, because I did not anticipate him to outspeed Togekiss. But yeah, granted of what I could have done, that was Sandstorm's over, so I reactivate Sandstorm. But he has another, and his second train is over too. Ooh, this is gonna be a little bit tough, because I think it's either he doesn't have a Pokemon left, or he... Forget. I knocked out Incineroar, I knocked out Cinderace. Oh! I could win. Does he know I'm Choice Spark? I don't know if he knows that. A couple flinches, I can win this. Yeah, I knocked out Tyranitar. That was good. That was awesome. I'm gonna start getting Air Slash. Opponent did not suspect that I was Choice Scarf. Saving that till the end was clutch. Saving that till the end was clutch. I even remember saying that at the beginning of this match of like, my opponent does not realize I'm Choice Scarf. That's a huge trick, but he probably expects Excadrill to be Focus Sash. I want to conserve that. And so there it is. That secret sauce was the answer. Dazzling Gleam probably wouldn't have been enough to knock out anyways, even with the critical hit, thanks to the special defensive boost of the Sandstorm. I don't think it would have been enough, but that was awesome. Build that happened. So, woo! There you go. Oh man, that was a tough one for sure, but we figured it out and made it happen. Alright, we'll do one more, and then I'm going to probably take a quick 5-minute break or so, and we'll hop back in. 24 battles, man. We doing great here. All right, so we found an opponent here, and Jonathan. What? Why did he? Okay. So he also has Indeedee, also has Togekiss, and also has Tyranitar. The difference here is Incineroar, Rillaboom, and Dragapult. I don't like Gastrodon as much. Corsola is really going to have a hard time, so it kind of brings down to the 4. How do we do with the 4? Do I lead? I think I lead with Excadrill and Togekiss. Because the idea behind this is if he brings out his Tyranitar early, then I get the speed boost for free. Great. If he doesn't, then I can have room to change out to Indeedee, which can then knock out his own So, I think here I'm going to go with Excadrill, Togekiss, having Tyranitar and Indeedee in the back. We'll go from there. I think the main thing here is that I just want to avoid fakeouts. I want to avoid priority, really shut that down early. It's funny, back in the day I used to use priority a lot. Nowadays I find myself shutting it down. I think that happens with age. You kind of change up your playstyle, you know? Alright, so let's see what Jonathan has for us. Probably just a nickname, because it must be cool. Alright, so we are going to see Dragapult and Incineroar. So an interesting lead here does not really bring anything unexpected, so to speak. Incineroar does get off that Intimidate, so Excadrill will lose its attack, and so will Togekiss. What does Dragapult do that I need to worry about? I don't know if I want to immediately start wailing on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I want to protect here, and I want a Dazzling Gleam to see what's up. Like, I don't think I'm home free or anything to be able to start doing something. Right, so I'm gonna hold for a second. And let's see what happens here before we attack. Yeah, I mean, I could expect a fake out, sure, but I just don't. Okay, so we are going to see the Dynamax. That What would Dragapult want to do though? Probably max Steel Spike the... If it's physical, it's gonna max Steel Spike the hit. Man, seeing Dragapult Dynamax is so... Man, I feel nostalgic for it. I feel nostalgic for it. But it's definitely a rare sight today. So, we're gonna use Protect here. Are you gonna fake out and then try to knock out my, max Airstream? So I'll take that. +1 Dragapult might outspeed Life Force, okay. That's actually kind of nice. I don't have to worry about, okay, so Dragapult's at +1. That's nice, because I don't have to worry about, weakness policy activating here. Rillaboom sent out. So this kind of limits who I can send out in this next turn. Okay. Also, it's a bad thing because Togekiss would be a great Pokemon to use against Rillaboom. I get off the Dazzling Gleam. I do a lot of damage there thanks to the critical hit. Yeah, that was nice. I think it's pretty obvious that Rillaboom is going to probably target that extra Will slot, but I feel like knocking out this Dragapult is going to be huge. I'm going to go ahead and max Steel Spike the Dragapult. I'm just going to go ahead and switch out the Transform. The main thing here is that by knocking out this Dragapult, I'll stop the Speed Boost, and I'll get a defense spike, making it easier to deal with Rillaboom and Rillaboom. I can also turn off Grassy Glide, and I can think I could probably do that next turn, but I think that critical hit was really nice. That critical hit really did help. Alrighty. The controller rumbles every time, and it also has like these little pads here, so that makes the noise louder when I put the controller down. So we are actually going to see Max Phantasm. Great switch out, so I could survive that hit well. I would imagine I'm going to see a Wood Hammer coming out. I get the Max Steel Spike, so I will be knocking out Dragapult at this point, which is great. The speed boost that Dragapult got meant nothing. I get my defense back, actually, which is very helpful. High horsepower on the Excadrill slot. Not as scary as I thought it would be, actually. I'm okay with this. A lot of my Pokemon have been taking damage, though, which isn't nice. But I will have to figure out ways to kind of deal with that. Rillaboom is going to go ahead and heal up its HP. Bring in Incineroar back up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Incineroar is back in the game. He's going to go ahead and use that Intimidate to lower my attack. So I need to figure out a way to deal with Incineroar. I think I'm going to max Quake. I can max Quake the Incineroar just to put some damage on it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use Indeedee. Indeedee will be able to then use Power Means, and I can use things like Steel Spike. But I think I got to deal with Rillaboom later in the game. Alright, so we're going to stop any fake out attempts, stop any Grassy Glide, extra priority there, and also kind of lower the effectiveness of the power behind Grassy Glide. I do get the Psychic Seed off, which is nice. But yeah, let's see what we can do here. We're going to get that Max Quake, so we didn't see any priority going out, which is interesting. Good amount of damage, a couple. It might be that the opponent is going to try to double target this Excadrill to knock it out. The Rillaboom does go for the Grassy Glide, so no double target. We're going to see the Flare Blitz. That will be enough to pick up a KO, but Incineroar actually. Alright, yeah, Rillaboom rather. Incineroar actually going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, that's great. While we both only had 2 turns of Dynamax, I feel like we got a lot out of ours. I got more out of mine than he did out of his. The only thing he did was knock out, put Togekiss at lower HP, and what I did was I was able to really put the hurt on his Incineroar and his Dragon Ball. Cool, then I'm definitely going to Superpower here, knock it out early, and I think I'm going to Expanding. I'm probably going to Protect, actually. Give me a turn. Ah, dang it. Tyranitar decides to Protect us. So we clean into each other. Okay, that was a good turn. I feel comfortable with that turn. Because, that's just another turn of Sandstorm that you get. I'm Choice Scarfed. Do you know that I'm Choice Scarfed? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Did I reveal? I think I revealed some damage, but I didn't reveal Choice Scarf. No, I didn't reveal Choice Scarf yet. He just knows that I have Superpower. And knockoff isn't actually going to do that much damage anyways, because I already applied him. So here comes the Superpower. You Focus Sash for Wheel? Dang. Okay. Not a big deal. Bringing you down to your Focus Sash actually is nice. You're probably going to use Superpower as well on Tyranitar, which is fine. Does not bother me one bit. And I get my Expanding Force off in the Rillaboom slot. Decent damage, but not that much. I think Rillaboom is definitely focused Assault Vest. That will be enough to knock me out, and I am out for the count. So Rillaboom gets hit by the Sandstorm. Here's the tricky part. Does his Tyranitar outspeed my Tyranitar? Let's see. Focus Sash does indicate it could be faster now, but I don't know. Oh, I should have done Heat Wave. Okay, well, anyways, it doesn't matter. That's enough to knock me out. Oi, that was a tough one. Good game. I think the problem was, while we both didn't use Dynamax fully to our best advantage, yeah, just that end game was really tough. And I think if we did more damage on Rillaboom earlier, I think it would have been a lot better spot. I think the problem was if we did Rock Slide and switched out into that Superpower, it would have been a much more comfortable spot there. So, alright, we'll do one more. We'll hit 25, and then we'll take a break. I know I said that last time, and probably the time before too. But dang, that was a close one. Yeah, I think Rock Slide, I would have done some damage. But it was harder to tell that too, because like, it felt obvious that you could have easily gone for a Galactic Glide. You know what I'm saying? So, alright, so we got the Tyranitar Excadrill on his team, as well as Rotom, Togekiss on his team as well, Rillaboom, and Cinderace. A lot of my favorite Pokemon actually on this team. I think 4, Rotom, Excadrill, Tyranitar, and Rillaboom. Some of my favorites. This is going to be really tough. I don't know. I really don't know. I think that I like Togekiss. Don't like Rotom. I like Gastrodon except for Rillaboom. If I can deal with Rillaboom, then Gastrodon I can feel comfortable to play with. Unity can help Gastrodon out. Corsola, besides, yeah, too many direct type attacks coming my way. Alright, so I'm gonna try Ghost Togekiss. And I think Excadrill, that's fine. And then Indeedee and Gastrodon. The idea behind this is, I want to get that Rillaboom early, right? And I think from there, we can start making headway into knocking out the opponent. So, we shall see. Alright, so we actually get Excadrill and Cinderace versus Togekiss and Excadrill. So, we're gonna get that double extra heal here. So that is actually beneficial on my end. Togekiss can actually outspeed. Well, not can't outspeed extra, but Togekiss can use Max Airstream. Okay, I could Dynamax early. Dynamax early. Well, actually, Gastrodon could Dynamax in the late game, but his team seems pretty fast. I feel like if I do need to be mindful. Actually, no. If Gastrodon does its job early, then I don't care about Rillaboom until later. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to next turn. That's kind of a risky play, but okay, cool. Rillaboom. Yes! Oh my gosh! I am so happy about this. You have no idea. This is great. This is like, thank you for playing into my hand. I wasn't expecting it. I'm okay with this though, because then if Rillaboom is knocked out early, oh my goodness, this is great. That's fine. Oh, and you have a heavy ball for your extra drill too. That's cute. Yeah, I don't care. This is totally fine. And then if I don't knock out Rillaboom, I'll just protect next turn, and I'll figure it out. I can make this work. The thing is, right? So, like, oh my gosh, this is great. This is amazing. This is exactly the turn I wanted. Yeah, I'm not gonna win that Tyranitar. I'm not an idiot. Like, I see your Excadrill. Like, come on. Knock out that is a Rillaboom. Knock out the Rillaboom. We're going to see the Max Steel Spike. This is actually going to hurt a lot, but how much damage will it do? Not enough to knock out. That's awesome. Hopefully with this Max Airstream, I will be able to knock out the Excadrill next turn, or kind of deal with it. And we are going to get that Max Airstream off. Is it going to be enough to knock out? Yes, it is. Thank goodness the one threat that I had to deal with Togekiss is gone with that critical hit. Might I add, and there we go. This is amazing. Rillaboom is knocked out already. Oh my goodness, that is what a turn. And Gastrodon is poised to help out in any shape or form in this. So we're actually going to see an opposing Togekiss here. So I feel like what I want to do here is Max Airstream. I could Max Airstream and then I could use Scald. I think the problem here though. I mean, I'm probably so I'll Max Airstream. Yeah, I'll Max Airstream just for the sake of speed. And I will Scald. I don't want Starfall because Starfall. Oh, interesting. This actually, I didn't plan that. We are gonna get the Max Rockfall into Togekiss. That's fine. Oh, into my next game. Yeah. Okay. So this puts you at. You get the Sandstorm, which is fine, because then my Excadrill can actually use that. I don't get much damage here, which is fine. If I did Max Flare, that probably would have been nice. But I get Scald, so I'll take it. Okay, so we do know for a fact that you don't have anything like Okay, so here's the thing. This is Excadrill's last turn of Dynamax. So Excadrill I could probably max. So if I guard it, I can guarantee that I protect myself. I can go use Scald on the I can use Scald on the Excadrill slot. Maybe I'll have to deal with another ally switch. But I think in the end game, perfect. I'm okay with that. I'd rather you have to use something later down the line. Togekiss does with Air Slash. It goes with Air Slash. If I don't get a flinch, that'll be great. And I get the Scald off. This is wonderful. And I get a burn. This is great. I'm really happy about this turn. I'm glad I decided to protect. Just giving myself another option of yeah, get to dance around with that damage a little bit later, things like that. Ally Switch on Togekiss is actually a great move, and in Dynamax you can even use Max Stars. I barely use, I haven't used Helping Hand at all in this tournament actually, so that might be one thing I might adjust as well. So Excadrill is going to go ahead and switch down to his Tiny Boy, and so is Togekiss. I think the main thing here is that Togekiss probably going to take the most damage, and just have to deal with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and use Dazzle and Gleam here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Recover. If I can get more of my HP back, that's going to be great. Excadrill goes go with the Iron Hand as expected here. That will be enough to knock out Togekiss, but I think at this point it's totally fine. Togekiss does go for Air Slash. A lot of damage, and I do flinch, which is unfortunate here. But because I have the Sandstorm on my side, thanks to the opposing Excadrill, so thank you for setting that up, my good friend. I can use that to my advantage and have my own Excadrill to ram into the Togekiss. I could use Rock Slide, but Rock Slide isn't as helpful. So I think what I want to do here is I do want to go for Iron Head. Iron Head will have more super effective coverage, and then I can try to... I think I want to protect. Yeah, I kind of want to protect. Don't think I can recover quite yet. Awesome, that was a great protect. I'm glad you did that. So Berry pops up. Thank God it's not a weakness policy. I will take that any day of the week. And then is that a Air Slash coming my way? Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. That was a clutch protect. I'm glad that you went that route instead of recover. Grassy Terrain does heal some heal us up, and I think Excadrill will be taking some damage with that burn. But man, that was awesome. That was a turn that I really enjoyed. That was awesome. Grassy Terrain is now over, and then I should have enough to go ahead and hit recover. Excadrill has no way to... I mean, the way to do it would be to... Okay, so Togekiss protects. Excadrill, I have to get a flinch here. High horsepower in my own Excadrill. I have focus faster anyways, so it can really make a difference in the long run of things. And I get off recovery. So we are looking great. Sandstorm's over, so we all get that fancy little speed boost. But honestly, I think at this point, it doesn't really make sense. Probably Iron Head the Togekiss slot, and I can go ahead and use Scald on the Togekiss slot. Togekiss probably can't double protect here. Oh, dang it, Excadrill actually out instead. The Air Slash hits. This could be problematic. No, that flinch. I don't want that flinch. That is not good. That is not good. That's the exact opposite of good. Excadrill's burn will knock it out, but I could have preserved my own Excadrill. I did not anticipate a speed. I should have anticipated that, gone for my own protect, and that would have been all she wrote. So we are going to get that Cinderace. Cinderace actually is going to be great against... I could... Alright, so here's the nice thing. I can spam Expanding Force, and I can aim for the Cinderace. Also, Cinderace can't turn into a Dark type, because Psychic Terrain prevents that priority, so this will work out in my favor. I'm going to go ahead and use Scald. Well, I should have used it on the Cinderace, but not a big deal here. Togekiss is... dang it. I should have used it on Cinderace. Interesting. I mean, it's just a dead turn. Yeah, you didn't really accomplish anything. Cinderace will probably Pyro Ball. It could Pyro Ball into the NDD slot. Yeah, I mean, it would be one thing if the Togekiss attacked, and then it's like, hey, I'm using this as a defensive buffer to prevent expanding force. But, I mean, High Jump Kick comes out, which is the worst thing you could do, because now my, yeah, that's a lot of damage, sure, but, yeah, you have to knock out NDD here. I get the crit there. Do I get a burn? I don't get a burn. I kind of wish I went for Togekiss at that time. Between the two, it might be a lot, actually, to take on both attacks. So, I'm going to try to scald this Cinderace. Hopefully, I'll be able to knock it out. I do cut out Sucker Punch, but, I mean, High Jump Kick is actually pretty powerful. Okay. Okay. Really? I will have to put myself into Protect, because what happens is Cinderace will therefore bounce won't work, and then you know that you can attack twice. You're probably going to Protect as well. You got Air Slash. Knocking out this Togekiss is going to be pretty important. Do I try to go for it now, or do I go for it later? If Cinderace attacks, then if Togekiss protects while he bounces, then it's not be a problem. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, that's the problem. But right now, we're just trading Protects here. I will have to take this next bounce, I think. That means he can use Sucker Punch going forward. I could use Protect here just to give me... I think I'm going to do Protect one time. This is a tough one. Yeah, I mean, because basically I need to knock out this Togekiss. But he's just not... Basically, he's going to put me in a bounce loop where I have to kind of hit this Togekiss during this time. So... You know what? I should use Recover. No, I'm glad I didn't. I think between the two, it's gonna hurt a lot. But if I can survive enough, that might be enough. Okay, here's Air Slash. Yes, I can miss it. We gotta play a game of chicken. And the game is like this. If Cinderace will probably try to do something like Sucker Punch. I recover, he can't use Sucker Punch. If Cinderace uses Bounce, I will cover. Cinderace will then have to do one of two things. Pyro Ball or High Jump Kick. Both don't have perfect accuracy. If he does High Jump Kick... Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try Recover. Okay. Does it miss? Does it miss? It does not miss. Okay, that was his best bet. He'll be able to knock me out. That was a tough one for sure. Yeah. I think that one time when I clicked on Togekiss, when I should have clicked on Cinderace when NDD was still out in the field, was the big mistake. Because if I did hit that Cinderace at that time when it was the Dark type, and if it got a burn or something like that, it would have been a lot better. But dang. Okay, that was a tough one for sure. I think we're going to take a quick break. 25 battles, or 26 battles, that was great. A couple wins, couple losses there. But we got a bumper ready to go, and so a commercial bumper ready to go rather. And I'll see you guys in a bit. So take it easy. See you guys momentarily. Forgot to turn the mic back on. I apologize about that, folks. Welcome back. Super excited to be playing with y'all. I've been having a blast playing online. Well, first off, I got a couple of people in the chat that I do want to recognize, especially for the follows. Huge shout out to de Grace. Coup de Grace, I do apologize if I am mispronouncing your username. Thank you so much for the follow. Actually, I had a chance to check out your channel and follow too. Awesome VGC content, by the way. And actually, it's funny enough, you and your family were playing back in 2012. That's when my brother and I were huge on playing too, back in the black and white days. So awesome to see that you're still playing, kicking butt. Yeah, and so if any people in the chat are like, hey, who are some awesome people to follow? I had a chance to check that content out right during the break, so highly recommend checking out Tui Gracie. She is in the chat, or has been a follower, so you can find her from our followers list or whatnot. But anyways, let's get back into it, folks. We got the online Sword and Shield battle. Let me do that transition real quick, and we are in the game. Let's go. Let's do a couple more battles, and I think we'll call it for the evening. Yeah, no, it's awesome to see. Oh, wait, not actual ranked battles. We could do that too. I would have to change the bottom or the Pokemon on the right there, just because a lot of them aren't available. So 1,017.12. That's pretty good. I think I did drop a little bit as we got climbing up, which is understandable. It's the nature of the beast. By the way, if you guys have been tuning into the stream and been enjoying the music, it's been from a game called No Straight Roads. I cannot recommend it enough. It's an amazing game. Cade will be fighting him, but I did a passive play on that on my YouTube channel, Gaming with Smiles, and I really enjoyed it. Cade actually brings a very interesting team with Pokemon we don't usually see in VGC, including Aegislash and Heliolisk. Aegislash has been used before in the past, but not as often. And then we have Heliolisk. With this, we actually do have a little bit more breathing room since we don't have to fight for terrain or weather. And so I do like the idea of Corsola, and Gastrodon actually does play a good role here. I do need to be mindful that Snipe Shot goes past Gastrodon and hits the other Pokemon, so I don't feel as confident bringing in Excadrill and Tyranitar. I don't think I need that much of speed control, I just need more power. And with that, I think Tyranitar is still good, especially with max strikeliness against an Aegislash. I do like Togekiss-ish? Trying to think of why I like it against... I think Indeedee actually serves a better point. Purpose. Yeah, especially against Aegislash. So yeah, I like Indeedee better here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead with Tyranitar Indeedee. And then from there, using Corsola and Gastrodon. Wow, that is a lineup that has never been used. So I'm really excited to see how this will play out. Nice thing here is that Tyranitar does have that fast Dino speed with that Choice Spark, which has been very helpful. And so, ooh, I like, man, Cade is styling. Cade is styling with that profile picture, let me tell you. So that's awesome. So Cade is going to go ahead and lead off with Inteleon and Heliolisk. Okay, so Inteleon actually will... So this is interesting, because the opponent will see this and say, okay, I can outspeed your Tyranitar, right? And I'm going to hit it with this double attack, and I kind of have that more luxury of I probably am not going to stay in with Tyranitar. So I actually... I do like the idea of Rock Slide already. I feel like there's no flaw in using Rock Slide now, and then using Psychic Surge, Psychic Expanding Force here. So I am going to go with Rock Slide, and I am going to go with Expanding Force into this Heliolisk, which will also hit Inteleon. I think the main thing here is that you would have to switch into Scrafty now to kind of negate my attack here. But a double switch would be Scrafty, and... Okay, so we are actually going to see an immediate Dynamax from the opponent. Who's it going to be? Probably the Heliolisk? Yeah, interesting choice. The Heliolisk is actually going to Dynamax pretty early on, maybe activating that electric terrain here, which will be unfortunate from... Okay, so we are going to see Inteleon use... Oh! Interesting! I like this tech already. Indeedee does change into a water type, making it weak against Heliolisk's attack, and we are going to have to deal with a pretty nasty Max Lightning. That is very cool. I like that a lot. Shout out to Cade. Creative profile picture, creative lead. I actually did not anticipate that, so really well played there, Cade. Okay, so Heliolisk will be taking some damage thanks to the Life Orb, and Inteleon takes damage. Heliolisk is also buffed. Okay, I wanted to make sure that was the case. I am going to bring in Corsola. And the idea behind this is to still use Tyranitar for my advantage here. I am going to try to hit with Tyranitar again with that Rock Slide. And then I am going to switch out Corsola to Gastrodon. The idea behind this would be to bait the Soak, and then therefore take the attack. So we might see a Snipe Shot. So we actually see Surf instead. Dry Skin being able to heal up that damage. So interesting choice here. We aren't actually going to see an immediate a change in the attack, so to speak, with Heliolisk. And that does a decent amount to Tyranitar. Tyranitar goes for that Rock Slide. We are able to knock out the Inteleon, which is helpful. But man, that Heliolisk is hitting hard with those Max Lightnings, and that might be enough to knock out Tyranitar. So, woo, we taking a lot. That Max Lightning was surprising for sure. But really cool to see Heliolisk out in here doing his thing, making it work. So shout out to Heliolisk for holding down the fort that way. We are going to see what the opponent will bring out next. And it is that Aegislash. Unfortunate here. It's fun to play with my Corsola, but hopefully here I can utilize Corsola's more defensive inclinations to use Will-O-Wisp, burn it. I think I want to use Protect for now. Well, what would Gastrodon do? Or what would Heliolisk do? Yeah, I feel like for now I want to Protect. Give me a turn. I gotta figure this out. And so this might be a little bit more helpful to make things easier in the long run. So I am going to protect myself. We are going to see that Max Darkness. Ooh, that's going to hurt this time. Oh, on Gastrodon. Okay. Okay, I'm glad I went that. I went that long. Protecting Gastrodon. I do get a lower special defense, which will make it a little bit harder to deal with. On that Corsola. Corsola is going to have to take some damage here with that Shadow Ball, I believe. Ooh, that's not going to be pretty. Oh, I actually... That's great. That's great. You doubled up on the Gastrodon. Okay, I can take this. Get the Will-O-Wisp off. Aegislash is burned. But the thing is, does Aegislash want to stay? And risk getting knocked out here with a Max Quake. Alrighty, so now that Dynamax for Heliolisk is over, I'm going to try to Dynamax myself. We're going to try to buff our special defense like crazy. We're going to use that Max Quake on the Heliolisk slot, expecting Aegislash to go ahead and use King's Shield. Alright, so no switches, nothing like that, but we do get the Dynamax off. And it is Gastrodon versus the world. Will Gastrodon be able to pull this off? Max Darkness was actually surprised. I'm glad that I did the protection. They doubled up on the Gastrodon slot. That was super helpful. Heliolisk goes for that Dark Pulse, able to take that decently well. I'm gonna get the Shadow Ball on the Gastrodon as well. And I get Light Screen off, and I'm gonna get Earth Power. I think the reason why that Aegislash probably did that was because it really fears Gastrodon. That's helpful to know that the opponent could see Gastrodon as the biggest threat here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to recover, so I will be taking a lot of these hits, but the Light Screen hopefully will be enough to help kind of mitigate some of the damage I've been taking. Aegislash does reveal the leftovers. I reveal my leftovers. And we get that burn as well. So, whew, man, we gotta figure this out. This is gonna be a tough one for sure. We got Golisopod. I forget that word. Which can be helpful. I do think that Will-O-Wisp here is gonna be important. And I think I'm going to Max Quake. Yeah, I think that Max Quaking the Golisopod. I like Will-O-Wisp in the Golisopod. I think I'm going to Max Quake the Aegislash. Aegislash probably doesn't want to be doing too much. Okay, so we are going to get... Ooh, power, a lot of attacks here. Aegislash does the outspeed. I should have max guarded here with that critical hit. That's not going to be pretty. Gastrodon is knocked out here. Oh man, I could have just played it more passively. But I do get the Will-O-Wisp off, so hopefully this will be enough to help mitigate some of the bigger damages I've been getting. That -1 in special defense is going to hurt, but the light screen is going to help kind of heal things up as well. Aegislash does take some damage. Yeah, the burn damage is the same as Leftover's recovery, which isn't great. Golisopod does take damage here, but I really got to put the hurt on Aegislash now. I think Aegislash might decide to protect, which will be problematic. I could see a Sucker Punch coming my way, so I am going to try to recover with the Strength Staff. But if Aegislash decides to King's Shield, that will make things a lot easier in the long run. Oh man, I think I kind of threw that away for sure. A shot at the cage, but really kind of, okay, so we are going to see the Aqua Jet. We're going to do too much there. I actually disable it, which is nice. And are we going to see a Shadow Ball? We are going to see a Shadow Ball. That Shadow Ball is going to hurt, but you have Aegislash, can I disable it? I don't disable it quite yet, but we do get the Strength Staff off, which is very helpful, making it easier to deal with the Golisopod. Okay, gotta figure this out. So Aegislash is get myself knocked out here. I have to find a way to. Yeah, I'm kind of put in a bind here where I have to knock out this Golisopod. Or I have to do something. Because Aegislash can just, yeah, I think that's all he needed. Just needed to protect there, which is enough for Corsola to, do I get the Curse Body? Oh, I get a special defense dropped on that too? Come on now. Alright, I think that's checkmate. I mean, man, Aegislash is just out there being like, ooh, I don't even need King's Shield. Like, what a jerk. What a absolute jerk. This is incredibly tough. I honestly don't know what I can do here. I think I'm just going to have to Night Save. Yeah, I think it's game, set, match. Aegislash goes with Shadow Ball. Yeah, that's enough. Oh man. Replaying that, obviously, I think the main thing here was the Soak Max Lightning. I was down one Pokemon immediately. And that was awesome tech. I really enjoyed that. I think that bringing Excadrill actually would have been a great call out there. It would have outsped the Inteleon, and then maybe flinching would have been helpful there. So, great battle. Really creative team Cade. I really liked that. I thought that was awesome. I like the Surf combo as well of helping to, you know, heal up your own Heliolisk, making it more bulkier, and really going for those Max Lightnings. So that was really cool. I like that a lot. Alright, so we're going to have a battle against a Japanese player here, and we got some interesting things that are going on here. Gastrodon definitely seems very nice, especially because we have Dragovish in the mix here. We have Dragovish, Dragapult, Talonflame, Excadrill, Clefairy, and Togekiss. Clefairy kind of using that Friend Guard to buff Dynamax even further. I do want to bring in Gastrodon. I'm going to keep it in the back for a little bit. And I think the main thing here is to find out the way to deal with, you know, if I can knock out Dragapult early, I think we're in a good spot. I feel like in this case, Tyranitar and Indeedee don't really offer too much in that way. Well, Tyranitar actually does offer a lot in, yeah, but if it leaves with Excadrill. You know, actually, I do like that. I like Excadrill, Tyranitar as the lead, and then Togekiss and Gastrodon in the back. And I think the main reason I like this is because if Talonflame Excadrill comes out, then okay, like I'll knock out Talonflame with my own Excadrill, and then I can save Tyranitar for later. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, not a big deal here. So we are going to see a Talonflame Excadrill lead, as expected, and Excadrill and Tyranitar are going to come out here too. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Tyranitar back and just have Gastrodon take care of that. Actually, never mind. I don't need to worry about that. Excadrill's Mold Breaker, and he doesn't suspect that I outspeed him. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and just use Superpower on that Excadrill to knock it out. Excadrill might outspeed now, but honestly, it's not a big deal here. So it does have to deal with I do have to deal with an Earthquake, which we'll do. Oh, jeez. Okay, that did a lot. That's fine. If I knock out Excadrill this turn, I think we'll be solid. And because it can't... Oh, well, never mind. We good. With that Excadrill that missed, that's fine. Talonflame's knocked out. Awesome. Excadrill's knocked out. Awesome. So, an explosive turn for sure. I am pretty low HP on both of my Pokemon. But the nice thing here is that at least I was able to knock out both Pokemon before they could really do anything. So it's an interesting kind of conundrum here, but I don't think it's a bad place. We actually do see Clefairy. I feel like in this case, I might just want to protect with Excadrill, and I think I'm just going to go Superpower on the Dragovish slot. Main thing here is that Dragovish is probably going to try to... I kind of just want to see like what's the opponent trying to do here. Clefairy protects, that's understandable. That'll be nice, I can trade that attack later. And we're going to see the Fishious Rend on the Excadrill slot, so I get an extra turn to kind of hit this Dragovish. Not going to do too much here. They like Tyranitar at this point. Pretty much good. Like, I didn't do anything. I don't know if Dragovish is choice yet. It hasn't revealed that, so I am going to go ahead and switch out Excadrill into Gastrodon. I kind of feel safe doing that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use Superpower again on this Dragovish. Tyranitar isn't really doing anything for me at this moment. And so, I think just locking down the Dragovish is going to be enough, and then I can slowly but surely deal with Clefairy. Excadrill can also be a switch-in on like Moonblast and things like that, if I need it. So we are going to see the Ally switch, which is fine by me. We get the Fishious Rend, and I'll take that Storm Drain happily. And Tyranitar is just going to use Superpower again. So. Now, I don't know if this Dragovish is actually, like, not Choice Scarf. So I am going to protect here, just to see that. Yeah, that's what I figured. Dragovish would be the one to Dynamax. That was a good call out. Dragovish would have to be the one to Dynamax to be able to break out of the restriction of Fishious Wind. So I am glad I protected, and if I can use that to my advantage, I can just survive 3 turns, have Dragovish, and just have Gastrodon v Dragovish at the end. So we are going to see the Helping Hand. Probably trying to do everything in its power to knock out this Gastrodon. We're going to see the Max Wormwind. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. This is great. Yeah, that was awesome. I'll be able to handle this quite comfortably, and I can just switch out Gastrodon next turn. So I'm glad that I looked at that and said, you know what? I don't know if you can break out of the Focus Sash, or Choice Scarf if it was, or Choice Band. So I'm going to protect Gastrodon as long as I can. And so yeah, that was awesome. I'll go ahead and use Superpower one more time. Probably it's not going to do anything, which is totally fine. Clefairy goes with that Helping Hand one more time. Are we going to see the Max Wormwind? Perfect. I feel like at this point, Excadrill actually does not provide any benefit. So I am going to use Helping Hand. I'm going to use Max Guard on my own Togekiss, and I am going to switch out into Excadrill, just in case I do see like a weird like Max Geyser, another tech that I might have not expected here. I have Excadrill out. I am going to Dynamax my own Togekiss, and I'm just going to waste this last turn of Dynamax for my opponent. Basically, the last stand they could have, and put them in a harsh checkmate position where I just need to knock out Clefairy. Clefairy is not going to be able to knock out Clefairy. There it is, Clefairy going to use that Follow Me, so a great call out there. I don't want to deal with it. We are going to see that Max Geyser go into the Togekiss slot, and so there you go. That's game, set, and match. I probably just need to click on, whatever, probably just click on, I'll do Max Starfall so I don't take any status, and then I'll just go for Gastrodon. Oh, that's even better. Because I actually aimed the Max Starfall into the Clefairy slot. So, way to play to the very end. I respect that. But yeah, that lead of the turn for Excadrill and really didn't have much to do about it was super helpful for sure. I got really lucky with that, but I'm glad I decided to go that lead. Alrighty, and that's enough to knock out that Dragovish. Gastrodon bringing a great strong checkmate there. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just like, I'll just Max Starfall the Clefairy, and I'll Earth Power the Clefairy. I mean, there's nothing else we can do. Yeah. And there it is, a perfect 4-0 right there. Talonflame is a great Pokemon, but the problem with Talonflame is really the frailty, and something of that Tailwind didn't really do much at the end. I mean, the Earthquake was nice, but I was very lucky I survived. I was grateful I survived, and that was awesome to be able to do so. But that happens with split damage, so, and I had just enough that I needed to knock out those Pokemon, so it was awesome. That was a good match. Cool, let's go. I'm gonna try to let's do about 3 more, yeah. I think that will be a great stopping place there for this battle. So we got our battle again. Woo, this is going to be a tough one. Interesting. Zoroark is not a great one to deal with, especially in a metagame like this. We got Togekiss, we got Porygon 2, we got Zoroark, we got Torkoal, and we got Venusaur. I feel like regardless, I can outspeed Zoroark if I am smart about the like if I assume it's Venusaur, right? But it's actually Zoroark, and if I turned off the weather, like I would still be able to outspeed it, right? And so I think that's going to be helpful here in this match. With that, I like Excadrill. I like the Excadrill Togekiss lead. I feel like that's been very helpful. And then having Tyranitar and Entity in the back. Porygon 2 is actually going to be a pretty big problem. But yeah, I mean, we already have the mind game already opened up, right? So we just got to be smart. Zoroark is really weak defensively, and so if we can punish that defensive problem, I think that's going to be helpful in and of itself. So the trainer goes ahead and sends out Venusaur and Torkoal, kind of creating this idea of the Torkoal lead, of the Venusaur being the Zoroark, but we don't know that for a fact. But I do like the idea of high horsepowering I do like the idea of rock sliding. I this point, and then trying to hit with Tyranitar. And I think what this can do is it opens up potential for flinches, which will be very helpful down the line. If we do see a Dynamax though from the Venusaur, then we don't have to worry about Sleep Powder. See what happens. So Torkoal's actually switching out, and we're gonna see Togekiss. Okay, so this still works. I get the Rock Slide off. I hit both Pokemon. I hit Venusaur pretty hard, so it could be. Yep, Zoroark. Awesome. That was super helpful to know. Zoroark does go with that knockoff on the Excadrill slot, but it really doesn't matter because I had a Focus Sash anyways, so. What did you do, right? Cool. Opponent doesn't know that I'm Choice Scarf as well, so this is great. The only thing that Zoroark can do now is Sucker Punch, which would be helpful. So we are going to see a Protect from Togekiss. We're going to see a Sucker Punch. Yes, we are going to see a Sucker Punch. That is enough to knock out Excadrill, but I will be able to knock out with need help in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and lead off with Indeedee. With against Venusaur, I will have a very... Okay, so we are going to see the Venusaur. Awesome. And I get Indeedee out in here. The opponent still doesn't know I'm Choice Scarf. So this is actually going to be very beneficial here. Hitting off with both Psychic Surge and a Choice Scarf Rock Slide to knock out the Togekiss. So hopefully with these two attacks, we'll put on some impressive offensive pressure. If the opponent decides to switch into Torkoal, it'll be a little bit too late, and I can use that to match. So, yeah, got lucky. I figured as much with the Zoroark lead, so I'm glad I did it that way. I could have probably saved my Excadrill a little bit later and kind of kept it alive a little bit longer, but like in the long run, I don't need the sweep, I just need the power. And I think I'm going to get this power soon. Main thing here is that Venusaur would have to... Okay, so we are actually going to see a switch out from Togekiss into the Torkoal slot. That could be dangerous depending on what the opponent tries to do. So we do get the Drought activated. Does Venusaur go with Venusaur Dynamax? So this is iffy. Vine Lash is actually going to hit pretty hard. I also have to be mindful. I mean, I will do good damage on the Torkoal for sure, but I don't know if the damage that I want. Right, so we are going to see the Max Quake actually, which is a lot better. I will happily take that Max Quake. I think the main thing that they wanted to do is protect against the Psychic Surge coming through, or the Expanding Force, but I will definitely take this Max Quake. Okay, so I do a lot on Torkoal, and I get the Expanding Force on Torkoal as well, so that does a lot, a hefty amount of damage there. So I will Expanding Force one more time, and I think I will, yeah, I'll use Rock Slide. Venusaur can only target one Pokemon, so the Vine Lash has to come out on Indeedee to really make a difference. I didn't even get a knockout there, so this is great. That Psychic Seed really paid off. It really did. And this is a knockout on the Venusaur slot. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. What a turnout. I will have to take some Vine Lash damage, which is understandable, but I think at this point, totally fine. Okay, so Indeedee does take damage from that. I'm trying to think, what do I want to do? Do I want to switch out Tyranitar into Togekiss? I might want to, so I can get the benefit of... I'm going to use Expanding Force again, but I think I just want to get the benefit of Sandstream up, which will be helpful. And they canceled the battle anyway, so not a big deal there. But yeah, that was great. I think it was just more of, they might have not realized there were short stars, and they might have assumed that they left Tyranitar unchecked. That Psychic Seed really paid off. Having that special defense buff was super helpful. And I think that, yeah, I don't know, Max Quake I was a little bit iffy. I think they should have gone with Vine Lash, and then Vine Lash the next turn on the Tyranitar slot. I kind of disagree with the move there, so. But anyways. Alright, so we got another battle up here. This is going to be a little bit tough one. We got Dusclops, Tyranitar, Dragapult, Moongus, Togekiss, and Arcanine. A huge thing I see here, I can see two things that might come out. One, we can see a justified Arcanine with Dragapult, and two, the Tyranitar Dusclops kind of bulldoze mechanic coming out. If we see the bulldoze mechanic come out, yeah, it might be a little bit harder to do it that way. But I think with Togekiss and Excadrill, we might be able to punish harder on that. I like the idea of Gastrodon at the end. I actually do like Gastrodon. I think it's more of like figuring out how to use it. I could leave it to be actually, because then that prevents like Amoonguss from having free range. Yeah, I kind of like that. Because then I can double, like, Amoonguss like Rage Powder, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use Expanding Force, I'm going to use Air Slash, and that knocks out Amoonguss for sure, and then I can use, and then I can manipulate the board later, even if Dusclops gets out Trick Room. Yeah. Because you might use, like, oh, I'm going to Max Rockfall, you're Gastrodon. So, let's try it this way. Alright, and the opponent's going to start off with Arcanine and Amoonguss, which is an interesting lead, for sure, but actually a lead that I am very happy to see. Intimidate, actually, so I am glad I did not lead Excadrill Tyranitar, and we do know that the beat-up combo for Arcanine is not happening. We get the Psychic Surge off, and we also get to eat that berry. Oh, we use the Psychic Seed here. I'm very tempted to just Dynamax and get as hard as I can. Honestly, it feels like right. So I might just do that, and then I'll fix it. The one thing I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I think. Okay. Still, like, this still helps me out, because worst case scenario, I just keep on clicking Expanding Force, and the opponent can't really do anything about it. The only thing that Arcanine is going to try to do is Snarl, but, like, he'll get one Snarl off, and then I'll still get, like, a max Snorkel. Yeah. Like, he gets the Snarl off, which isn't a big deal in the long run of things. Do decent damage on the Arcanine, get the max Airstream, so I'll speed the Arcanine now, probably, and I hit Tyranitar for a slight chip damage here, nothing too crazy. I could, yeah, I might hold off on, attacking the Tyranitar? I think I do. I think, yeah. I think with Excadrill. I mean, I agree with this. So, I'll use the speed to my advantage. I'll switch out Togekiss for Excadrill. Alright, Entity for Excadrill. And I'll see what I can do to kind of power up. So, Arcanine actually protects itself. And Tyranitar also protects itself. So this can still work to my advantage. So I am glad because like I get extra going for free. And so really the thing here is like when we knock out how fast can we knock out Tyranitar? So I'm now going to max Starfall the Tyranitar, and I'm going to try to high horsepower this Tyranitar. I think between the 2 attacks we should be able to knock this bad boy out. Tyranitar could switch out, for sure. Okay, Arcanine's going to switch out, so that's going to be helpful here. We are going to have Amoonguss come back into the fray. Alright, so we're going to get the max Starfall here. Not enough to knock out, unfortunately. Weakness policy going to be popped open? Yeah. Okay. That actually is great. I'm glad that's what happened. Now I can just, I can probably use Dazzling Gleam here. Here, Rock Slide, both of them. Most likely Tyranitar is going to be the one to Dynamax. I wouldn't be surprised. But Tyranitar is also 1 HP, so it might not be the best candidate for that. It does have +1 in attack though. Main thing here though is if Amoonguss does try to do something like Rage Powder, I ain't gonna do that much. But I gotta be mindful of the opponent. Okay, so Tyranitar does protect itself, which is totally fine here. I do get a Rock Slide off. I miss Tyranitar, but do I flinch Amoonguss? I don't do too much there. I get Dazzling Gleam. If I... actually, it's not going to be that great. Amoonguss does get Sludge Bomb off, but... decent amount of damage. That's a decent amount of damage, for sure. I'm gonna try Dazzling Gleam, Rock Slide combo one more time. Maybe I get a flinch. Getting a flinch would be awesome. Yeah, I figured as much. The Rage Powder was going to come out, so luckily here we don't have to worry about the Spore shenanigans. So that's good. That is good. That should be enough to put Tyranitar in KO range. Togekiss can do Dazzling Gleam. That's going to be enough to KO Tyranitar. Awesome. And that will be comfortable spot to deal with Tyranitar. Sandstorm's over, so I maximized the usage of Sandstorm for sure. But I am curious to see what is going to happen next. So we are going to see Dragon. Now remember, the opponent has not Dynamaxed yet. So it's quite possible that Dragapult is going to be the Dynamax. So I'm actually going to try to knock out this Amoonguss now. And I think I'm going to just Iron Head this. I think the main thing here is that Amoonguss would probably, I mean, if you think about it, he wants me to pop open, he probably has a weakness, oh no, he doesn't have a weakness policy, of course not, because I saw it on Tyranitar. So I could have hit with Dazzling Gleam, but not a big deal, not a big deal. I think we can deal with it in different ways. Amoonguss is going to switch out, we're going to have Arcanine come back in. Understandable here. I'm trying to think of how I can pivot Togekiss, but with that -1 special attack, it's going to be a lot harder. What I can do as well. Dragapult protects itself, so that's fine. Okay. I get the Iron Head going after the Dragapult. Nothing happens. I get the Air Slash off. That's good too. Oh, wait. This works perfectly. I will Dazzling Gleam. Arcanine cannot outspeed. I will then... Misty Terrain is still up. Yeah. Okay, so if I Dazzling Gleam and Arcanine tries to use Priority, I'm basically going to try to shut that down. Because that's an easy extreme speed that can come out from Arcanine's way. And then I can switch out Togekiss later and just have another Pokemon deal with that later. Dragapult is gonna Dynamax here. It'll be a little bit rocky, but we can make this work. This will hurt Dragapult though, for sure. Got that crit there too. Dragapult is gonna go for that max airstream on the Indeedee slot. Okay. Alright, Life Orb. I'm at +2 speed. Dragapult's at +1. Will +2 speed be enough for me to outspeed Dragapult? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out Indeedee, go back into Excadrill, because Excadrill is pretty much done at this point. And I'm hopeful I can get a Dazzling Gleam off of here. Nope, the Airstream is gonna go into the Togekiss slot. Yep, that's the problem. That is a huge problem. That is a huge problem. We are going to get the Flare Blitz, but even then, that's... Alright, so the nice thing here is that Gastrodon's at full health, though. So I'm hopeful that that will be enough to deal with the rest of the Pokemon that we have to work through. Here's Indeedee and here's Gastrodon. I'd rather have Dragapult than not hit him. So if I'm going to hit Dragapult, I'm going to use Earth Power on the Arcanine slot, and I am going to use Follow Me, just so I can knock out this Arcanine. Dragapult versus Gastrodon I feel confident in. It's going to be more of Amoonguss trying to do Spore and shenanigans like that. I wonder if Excadrill is actually +1 speed as well, and I think that could have been enough. I think with the combined effort of the two, that could have put Dragapult in a tough spot. Okay, I will 100% take that. Dang it. Because if I used Protect that turn, I would have had a better shot in the long run of things. I do get their Earth Power. You have a what berry? Are you kidding me? You have a Shucko berry? Man, screw you, Arcanine. Okay, that'll be enough though. Arcanine is knocked out. Now it's Dragapult versus Gastrodon and I had to fight Amoonguss too, which is great. Amoonguss is really tough. It has a lot of HP back. Yeah, because if I protected, I would have been able to knock it out. Next turn, I would have had Indeedee and given me a little bit more breathing room. They couldn't just single target. Okay, we gotta figure this out. Mucus uses Rage Powder. I anticipated as much. Are we going to get a Phantom Force? We're going to see the Dragon Door attack, and that's going to hurt. Of course I get the crit on there. Of course. Life Orb, of course. That's not enough to knock it out. Okay. I'm gonna have to play it out. I'm gonna have to play it out. That's gonna be so tough. Yeah, I figured as much. Okay, second turn's over. That doesn't really do anything here. I also have to knock out Dragon Bolt. I don't think I can do both jobs without protecting one more time. Yeah. Here, let's see if I could have survived. Nah, I couldn't have survived anyways. Dang, good game. That was a tough one for sure. Nah, I think it was just all about speed. Togekiss' max airstreams are great, but plus 2 Togekiss does that outspeed plus 1 Dragapult. And that blistering speed is what makes Dragapult so volatile. It's just naturally so fast that any speed boost just makes it even faster and just really excavates that, you know? Alright, this will be the last one for the evening. My throat's been hurting, and it's about 9 o'clock my time, but I am hopeful. I am hopeful that we can get an awesome win here, and it's going to be great. And let's go for it. Alright, Lucio with Grimmsnarl, which is a very rare Pokemon nowadays. Okay. Yeah, okay, I kind of like this idea of Tyranitar Excadrill, but I think I'm going to do it with Togekiss and Excadrill, having Tyranitar and Indeedee. Do I want Indeedee or do I want somebody else? I feel like Gastrodon, once Rillaboom is over, in the back is going to be great. So. Yeah, and Excadrill can also activate its own speed control. Okay, so we're gonna have Grimmsnarl and Arcanine come out here. So versus Togekiss and Excadrill. Arcanine intimidates Togekiss, and we are gonna have Excadrill also be intimidated here. But if I decide to go special, yeah, I could bring out Excadrill, Gastrodon now. Just do some damage here, and then even if I have to deal with like a Snarl, I mean, I could switch around. It's essentially what I'm getting at. So, we're going to see the Fake Out come into the Gastrodon slot, which is totally fine in this case. Arcanine goes for that Heat Wave. I take that like a champ, and I think I get a free turn on this Dazzling Gleam here. Does a lot of damage on the Grimmsnarl. Not very effective. Crit on the Arcanine, though. That's good to note. And Gastrodon is going to happily heal up its HP thanks to those leftovers. I'm going to try that Dazzling Gleam one more time, and then I'll Earth Power the... what else do you have? No, definitely that Dazzling Gleam for sure. But... Talonflame could come out. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just stop. Why not? I could catch the Rillaboom on the Switch as well. So that could be helpful. Rillaboom. Primarina. Okay. Rillaboom now. Gotcha. I wonder what would you do, because you could Dynamax your Rillaboom actually. Get that crit on Primarina, and I will hit the Scald. I get a burn off of the Primarina. It won't really do too much here, but it does put Primarina in a spot where it can't be as offensively, it's a little bit weaker here. I'll go ahead and use Max Airstream on this Rillaboom, and I think I'll Protect for now. I think the tricky thing here is if Rillaboom decides to Dynamax. I think that's going to be the problem here. I don't think it does, so that is nice to see. If Rillaboom decided to Dynamax, I think what we would have it'd be a little bit tougher because I don't think I would knock it out. But I think Togekiss can knock out Rillaboom with a surprise. And Primarina, yeah. Awesome! We don't see a Dynamax from the Rillaboom, which is awesome. Probably going to see a Grassy Glide on that slot. Perfect. After this, then Grassy Train does nothing for your, for you. Please don't freeze. Okay, I'll take that. I'll happily take that. Able to knock out Rillaboom. With the crit. Get that speed boost, which would be awesome. Yeah, that's a good call out. If I use Max Starfall, then I can prevent freezes, which would definitely be a detriment. So I might do that. So I'm going to Max Starfall here, and then I'm going to go ahead and just Earth Power the Primarina slot. So we are going to see a Dynamax. Is it going to be Primarina? Oh, that's great. That means that you can't freeze with Max Hailstorm. You could use Max Overgrowth, but I feel like at this point, at this juncture, you'll knock out Togekiss. Thunder Wave, sure, okay. So that might be enough to knock out Togekiss. I mean, I guess. I'll go ahead and bring in Excadrill, and then I want to knock out this Primarina pretty early on. So what I'll do is I'm going to Iron Head this Grimmsnarl to get it out of here, and then I'm just going to bring in Tyranitar. Yeah, the opponent was pretty much put in a bind, but knocking out Rillaboom with Togekiss was such a great relief. I mean, Primarina could technically go for Max Overgrowth here, but the Life Orb damage, the burn, the Sandstorm or Hail, it's all going to add up. So, it's just going to be pretty harsh in the long run. Grimmsnarl also won't be able to use Priority anymore. Well, it won't use Fake Out. The only Priority it can use is like Reflect or something, or Light Screen. So, well, it's not going to even be able to do that, so I get the Head off. There you go. That's the knockout on Grimmsnarl. Taking out that Ogre Boy. And here's the max Starfall, probably on the Tyrannosaurus slot. Yeah, that's fine. You get the crit on Tyranitar, dang. But that actually helps me out because now I can't be status anymore. Sandstorm would be enough to knock it out. Perfect. And that's it. Salty Road. Alrighty. Looking like we're going to have a great end game right here. Let's go ahead and bring in Gastrodon. And I think this is pretty much it. With Gastrodon, yeah, I'll be able to handle pretty much anything Arcanine can throw at me pretty well. Arcanine will Intimidate to lower Excadrill's attack, but honestly, and even then, Arcanine will have to use Flare Blitz to hit on Excadrill, and that's a lot of damage even if he does knock me out. I do have the Focus Sash attack. So I am going to go ahead and use Earth Power, but yeah, it's pretty much a good point here. Of course I missed with the High Horsepower. We are actually going to see Heat Wave. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Not a big deal here. That Heat Wave, I take like a champ, and I go with the Earth Power. And that's pretty much it. Oh, he has a berry. Of course he has a berry. Like, why wouldn't he have a berry? Yeah, berry. Okay. But the Sandstorm rips into air. But between Horsepower and High Horsepower, we'll second terrain, it's very, it's Misty Terrain. So he technically could use, like, something like, Extreme Speed to knock out Excadrill, but it's not gonna help out. And I get the knockout here with that High Horsepower. And there you have it, folks! Woo! That was awesome. A lot of work for sure. Oh my goodness, what a battle. That was crazy. Y'all, this has been an absolute blast. 30 fights in, with a lot of wins, even a couple losses here and there, but we learned a lot. So I think we're going to be good for battling for now. My throat hurts. It's 9 o'clock where I am at. First off, before we break, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the full camera view. That way y'all we can have our goodbyes. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Huge shout out to all of those who tuned in this stream. Coupe de Grace, again, thank you so much for the follow. Daxman45, Apollo, thank you so much for tuning in. Neuron Gamer, thank you so much for tuning in on our previous stream before this. I'm really excited to try out this new stream layout. It's been awesome. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And if I don't see you, I was going to say, this is what I always do at work of like, hey, can you guys do me one more favor? And there's actually one more favor I need your help with. Make sure you have a wonderful day, okay? Alright, I'm expecting a full report the next time we meet up. Until then, take it easy.